Welcome to Stuck in My Mind podcast, the show where we dive into the mind of a regular guy on his road to self-discovery. You'll hear everyday people just like you share the latest topics, personal stories, and things they've learned along the way. And now, please welcome your host, Wise.
And welcome to another episode. I am your host, WIZE, and I have a very special guest. He is the founder of the Marketing Boost of marketingboost.com. Welcome to the show, Marco Torres.
Thank you for having me, El Jefe.
How are you
uh,
doing today, brother?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
It's great to have you on, man. So I was reading your profile. Your father was he was he worked in Puerto Rico. He was actually a head of in Puerto Rico. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, he brought up in the rest of my family, I guess, a spirit of adventurism or a spirit of being a pioneer or traveler. He was transferred. He grew up in a small town in San Antonio, Texas, so to speak, and we were a big family community in Texas. We had never, none of the other family members had ever, really left town, much less left the country. But he was offered an opportunity to run General Electric Credit in San Juan, Puerto Rico. And so he picked up the whole family and we moved a little island down in the Caribbean, thousands of miles away from the rest of the family in San Antonio. And I had the fortunate opportunity to grow up in the Caribbean and surfing and having a great time down in Puerto Rico. Learned to speak Spanish down there. And so I'm not Puerto Rican, but I'm the only Chicano Rican you're probably ever going to meet.
Hey, you'd be amazed at how many people they spend a lot of their youth in Puerto Rico. Like there's a young lady on TikTok that I follow. She's Chinese, but she sounds Puerto Rican. If you speak
Yeah.
to her in Spanish, she sounds Puerto Rican, and
She grew up in Puerto Rico. Huh?
yeah, it's funny. But
Yeah,
no,
for sure.
so you're the founder of business. What made you want to go into starting your own business?
Well, I've been a bit of an entrepreneur since a very young age, and I don't know where it came from, in the blood somewhere. But by age 9, I launched a paper route, and by the time I was 12, and I had completely forgotten about this until a couple of years ago. I was going through my dad's old files as he had, he's no longer with us. And I was cleaning out the garage and I found a file folder with my name on it. I opened it up and there was a paper clipping. I was featured on the front page of the newspaper by age 12 as having built the biggest paper route they'd ever seen in San Juan. And then by the time I was 23, I owned 5 restaurants and a nightclub with my older brother and my mom. And the nightclub was something I launched on my own by the age of 23, and that went on to be a huge success, and so did the restaurants. And years later I got into the corporate world and been an internet marketer since 1996. So I've had a very early adapter in internet marketing, coming up with all kinds of, watching the evolution of the whole, everything done online. And I think today there's never been a better time in the history of the internet to be an entrepreneur and to launch a business online. I mean, sure, there's more competitors than ever, but there's never been such amazing technologies, so affordable, easy to build a website, build sales funnels, big, quiz funnels, setup automation, Zoom calls like this that we are, or what have you, that you can meet, make sales presentations with people anywhere in the world, when previously you could, even just to meet them locally, you had to drive all over town and waste all day to, try to make a sales call. And now you can have multiple people on the Zoom calls, webinars. I mean, it's just amazing technology. So never been a better time than it is right now to be in business for yourself.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you, especially with the digital content the way it is now, and and podcasting as well. These are some new, but like podcasting has been around for years, but now it is like a avenue that ad companies and other businesses are really getting into because they see the potential of what podcasting can have. And so what kind of what can you tell someone who's trying to grow their brand or trying to grow a podcast or whatever they're trying to grow? What kind of advice would you give them?
Well, what I'm finding now, and we have we since I launched marketingboost.com, what we do is we teach business owners how to add value to whatever your call to action is with the tools that we offer, which are travel incentives. Now, uh, I also teach people how to do it, with whatever your own product or service is. Create new value, add new bonuses, add additional value one way or another versus discounting, and that can be done in a lot of different ways, leveraging relationships that you might have with other business owners that have contacts with. But what am I talking about with travel incentives? With Marketing Boost, we provide the ability for our members to give away travel incentives, unlimited complimentary hotel stays, restaurant savings vouchers, and hotel savings cards that come in increments of one, two, three, and $500, or as I mentioned before, complimentary hotel stays that can be added into the mix with what you're doing to create, for example, even as a podcaster, to create excitement about listening to your show, that maybe you're running a contest on the show, or if you're doing live webinars, at the end of the webinar you might be saying, at the end of our live webinar today, we're going to be giving away 2 trips to Las Vegas, 3 nights in Las Vegas. So you're going to want to stay on the call till the very end. Or if a podcaster might be saying, refer us to your friends and relatives to this show, post a review about our show, and be entered to win 6 days and 5 nights in Cancun, Mexico. And so you can take these incentives that we offer, which, if you maybe I can get into the details of that along the way here in this conversation, but these incentives can really give a high perceived value by adding an incentive versus, for example, discounting prices. And if you'll give me a chance, I'd love to give you an example of what do I mean by incentives. I'd love to give you, for example, talk about what McDonald's does, Amazon, and get people thinking on just how we're all really used to incentives all the time from big companies, and we make it easy for people from any small entrepreneur to be able to stand out from the crowd and be offer these high power incentives, high value.
Oh no, I definitely want to hear what you have to say, because to me it's of interest to me, because you're absolutely right. This is a way podcasters or anyone who has content can help, like they can attract an audience. Like, hey, listen, check out my podcast, that chance to win, like you said, a trip to Vegas, whatever it is. And that helps boost up your listenership and have people come listen to you. And that's also another way to reward some of your listeners that have been doing it, been your fans since day one. It's a way
Exactly.
to
Create loyalty programs and what have you. But let me give you some examples. I mean, what is it? What is an incentive? So let's talk about that. Um, McDonald's has the Happy Meal, and they've been doing it for, I don't know, several decades now, and it brings them in over and over. It's been proven to them to generate about an extra 10, 11 million dollars a day. So it generates for them about $3 billion a year in extra sales by having the Happy Meal. And what is a Happy Meal? Well, it's a toy in the package, right? They package it up. They have the little burger, the drink, the fruit cup, or a dessert, and a toy, and the toy becomes the prize. So now the parents are taking their eye off of the price, focusing on the prize, and that way they can, the kids are pushing them to drive to go to McDonald's versus Burger King versus Wendy's, because at McDonald's they know they're going to get the Happy Meal, they're going to get a new toy this week, they're going to get so mom and dad know that the kids are going to be entertained with the Happy Meal and the box, and opening the box and reading the side of the box and playing with the toy, and they'll get some peace of mind over here while they eat their burger and fries. Or if they're driving across the country, it'll be like, they just get him a Happy Meal so he stops asking, are we there yet? That kind of thing.
yeah.
So and then let's talk about like Amazon. Jeff Bezos, the richest man in the world, one of the richest men in the world. What did he do to as an incredible incentive? He created Amazon Prime. And then what? When you bought Amazon Prime, you got the incentive of what? Free shipping.
Yeah.
And he literally got the entire country hooked on Amazon for free shipping, where we are now, when we buy anything, most of us are at least going to Amazon to compare it, if not buy it on Amazon, period, because we know we got free shipping. Plus, now we've gotten used to the amazing service, overnight delivery, and all kinds of benefits of being an Amazon member. Not to promote Amazon, but the idea being, how did he get us all? How
It's
did he
okay because I'm an Amazon affiliate, so that's fine.
Yeah, and many of us are. Why? Because they've proven, they've built a proven machine. But how did they get us all in the first place? It was the incentive of free shipping via Amazon Prime. So you bought Amazon Prime for a year, whether you wanted the video streaming service or not. You bought it because you wanted the free shipping. And then once you got the free shipping, now what? You were a loyal client to Amazon, for nearly everything.
Yeah.
And so, what is your Happy Meal? What is your business providing as the adult Happy Meal, or the Amazon, the Amazon Prime incentive? And that's what you need to be creative and come up with something that makes you stand out from the crowd, something that can enhance your call to actions versus discounting, that can create word of mouth marketing and advertising and viral sharing of your offers. And that's what we bring to the table with Marketing Boost, where we're literally providing thousands of. We're now a global company. We launched in 2017, and we've had massive growth. We did have a hit, some slowdown during COVID, where because our entire business model is really around travel incentives and restaurant savings, which both were affected during COVID.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, we've never seen anything like it now. I call it revenge travel. I mean, these travel incentives are really working for business owners in all types of industries and all fields to help people jump off the fence and take action with the bonus incentive of a travel offer, a travel incentives or certificate to go with the call to action. And I can give you a bunch of case studies next if that would help.
No, no, I believe I know I agree. I'm listen. I agree with what you're saying because it is something it's a benefit for the business to be able to offer these incentives and offer these packages to their listeners or to their
Yeah,
customers, whoever, because it's a way of you showing your appreciation to them. It's a way of
right.
you showing them thank you for your business. We appreciate you here, and we want to offer you this. We want to offer you this trip, whatever it is, or
Yeah.
packages, or
Well, let
whatever
me
it is.
let me share with you how this business came about, and then I'll give you some a number of ideas or case studies on how other business owners have used these to really blow up their business. It started with us. We had a travel company we were running with since we had launched in 2010, and that was doing really really well. And then we wanted to generate video reviews. We were scratching our heads going, if we only had hundreds of video reviews for many of our destinations, that we could leverage those into additional sales. But we couldn't, how do you get people motivated to go the extra mile and film a selfie video of themselves at the pool, the beach, the resort, and brag about the hotel brand? And we were like, what could we do? So we came up with an idea to say, we're going to offer these folks a bonus vacation, if because we really wanted those video incentives bad. I mean, those video reviews. So we said we'll give them a bonus trip, and we came up with an idea. Now, this any listener out there can take this idea and run with it. What we did was, here was the key. We did a survey when we expected the people to be at the peak of their happiness. And so, yeah, in whatever business you're in, when you sell your product or service, you should know when they should more than likely would be at the happiest of using your product or service. That's when you want to do the survey and send them an email and text message using automation if you've got it, and say, hey, how's our product or service so far? So anyway, we would send that to them the day after check-in. They check into the hotel the day after. We'd be like, hey, how's the hotel that you booked with us living up to your expectations, and how's our service been so far? Would you give us a scale, rate us from 1 to 5? And if they gave us a 4 or 5, we'd be like, wonderful, we're thrilled you're enjoying the hotel you booked with us. Would you do us a huge favor and help us share the word about that hotel? And if you would go the extra mile and film a selfie video testimonial, brag about the hotel brand, brag about our brand, we're going to reward you with a complimentary hotel stay at your choice of Orlando and Las Vegas. And then the reviews just started coming in, right? Video reviews were coming in by the dozens, and we were leveraging, putting them all over the website and all over those landing pages for those for the destinations that we had, and leveraging those into hundreds and thousands of more sales. And those videos, today we have over 30,000 video testimonials on that website where we started this program. And then of course these people a couple of months later raising their hands saying, hey, we want, how do we use our free trip you offered us, those 3 nights in Vegas, Orlando? So now we had to dig into our pockets and pay for those free rooms, which was expensive. And we're like, now what? So we went back to those hotel partners, since we were a high volume travel company, and we said, you know what? We've got an idea that we think we can fix a problem for you. We know that your hotel's never full year round. I mean, you're full on certain weekends, you're full for holidays, peak season, special events, but 70% of the year, 30% of your rooms are going empty. So we can put warm bodies, couples, families, individuals in those rooms that'll spend money at the restaurants, the spa, the casino, the gift shop, the excursion desk. They'll book extra nights, upgrade room types. And they said, okay, well, that sounds like it might work. We'll give it a try. So we got a couple of hotels in Orlando and Las Vegas to participate. And now we were able to fulfill our own free trips, our own incentives we were giving away without having to pay for those rooms. And after that was just, dream come true. Now we were able to give away these incentives and keep generating those reviews and use them in other ways and with our business. And then we thought to ourselves, can you imagine if we solicited and had hundreds of hotels participating around the world in destinations everywhere? If we could get more hotels to join us in this idea, we could have a whole brand new business, which is what became marketingboost.com today. So we created a win-win-win. It's a win for the resorts because we're helping them fill, and hotels, we're helping them fill rooms that would have likely gone empty if not for the families that we're putting in there. It's a win for the Marketing Boost member because they're getting access to these very high perceived value complimentary hotel stays to give away to their clients. And it's a win for their clients because they're getting to stay in, beautiful hotels and resorts around the world for pennies on the dollar, just really paying the government taxes. So here's the disclaimers that we teach our clients to give. Tell your client, hey, obviously airfare is not included, uh, food and beverage is not included, and neither are the government fees and taxes. So the client, and most of our members let the client pay the government fees and taxes, which is covered with what we call an activation fee. And then they have 18 months to log in to an online portal, put in the dates they want to go, see the hotels participating, click it, book it, get instant gratification, instant confirmation, no timeshare presentations, no hoops to jump through. It's like I said, it's a win-win-win.
Yeah,
And
that's the big thing. You don't have to
yeah,
go to a presentation. Yeah, people don't
no,
want to go to no presentation. They want to go there and enjoy those 3 days that they have there. They don't want to take
no, yeah,
no
nobody
time
wants.
out of. Nobody wants to take any time away from their vacation to go and see a presentation.
Exactly, and that's what a lot of our competitors do, and a lot of our competitors. I mean, one of the things we did as well is we turned the business upside down because one, we made this super affordable for the Marketing Boost member. Typically, we're not the first to do travel incentives; they've been around for decades, but our competitors typically make them one and very hard to use. You have to come up with 45-day advance notice before you can travel. You've got to give them maybe two of your preferred travel dates 90 days apart, and then they'll get back to you on what's available. Basically, they're designed for people not to use them. Not with a Marketing Boost. The incentives are easy to use, an online portal, and they can book and search and just book their room. Two, it's they're super affordable. I mean, our incentives, our competitors typically can charge as much as $100 per incentive, and ours is for a flat fee. It's, yeah, a very low monthly rate. You get access to subscription model to an unlimited amount of these incentives that you can use in a myriad of ways to generate clients, have lead generation programs, contests, sweepstakes, to uh, solicit reviews, like I mentioned before, manage your online reputation. I'll give you ideas on exactly how to, manage your online reputation with these incentives, including getting people to take down a negative review, how to solve customer service problem issues, create loyalty programs. There's a bunch of more ideas that I'd love to share with people on how they can use this type of incentive or others to expand on their business.
Oh yes, I definitely see the benefits of having such a program. Like I said, it's a way of showing your customers that you appreciate them. It's what it boils down to is if it's a way of you generating interest into your business because of how you treat your customers or how you treat your clients or whatever you're going to use it for.
Yeah, yeah,
And again, like I said, who wants to sit down for a presentation? No one wants to sit down on vacation to see any type of presentation. So to be able to just offer these packages and these values,
yeah,
it,
absolutely.
it helps. Again, it
Uh,
helps the small business owner
Sure.
grow their business and promote, and it helps whoever is enjoy a good vacation.
Yeah. Let me give you some other, if I can, just some other ideas on how to use these incentives. For example, I had a guy who, one of my clients, he created a subscription model. So he had people paying him $97 a month to access his team's tips on when to buy and sell and trade stocks. And he had hundreds of people. He built this huge following on Telegram, and they were paying 97 a month for this service. And he found Marketing Boost, and he came up with a campaign to get out there and say, hey, you love our service. You've been paying it. You've been seeing, you're making more money with your stock investments and so on. If you'll join our VIP platinum plan or whatever he called it, and you pay for 12 months in advance, we're going to give you a complimentary hotel stay on us in your choice of Hawaii, or 5 nights in Hawaii or Cancun, Mexico. And of course, airfare, food and beverage not included, government taxes, but we'll cover your hotel stay for 5 nights if you pay for a year in advance. Well, and we'll give you a 13th month free. So we created an add-on with his own value add incentive. With I'll give you the 13th month free plus 6 days and 5 nights, your choice of Hawaii or Cancun. Well, he had about 300 of them step up and pay over about $1,200 in advance. And then he had another plan, or pay 6 months in advance and you get your choice of 4 days and 3 nights in Orlando or Las Vegas. Well, he had about another 150 paid for the 6 month plan. So in combined, he made almost $500,000 in 4 days with one promotion. And then that became a part of his ongoing process now. So now he lets people join his plan at 97 a month. And then after they're used, see the value in his program and his content and his training, then he drops in the opportunity to become a platinum member and pay for a year in advance and save even more plus the bonus value. I've had gym memberships. They'll use the incentives as a carrot. For example, join our program. This could be a gym. This could be a multi-level marketer. This could be anything with this, what I call a quick start program. You might say, hey, you join our business model today. You join our gym. You join our multi-level marketing program, whatever it is. If you hit the quick start goal, in the next 45 days, if you get this, and this done, if you lose 15 pounds and you follow our program, and if you're doing this or whatever it is, at the end of 45 days on your anniversary, if you've put me in front of, let's say it's again multi-level, you've put me in front of 5 of your friends and I've signed 2 people up in less than 45, whatever the goal you want to put on them. You might say, uh, at the end of the 45 days, if you hit the quick start program goal, we're going to give you 4 days and 3 nights and your choice of, Myrtle Beach, Miami Beach. Right now I'm in Miami Beach filming some of the hotels that are participating, because you could, again, you can create something at 3 nights in Miami if you hit the quick start goal, 3 nights in Las Vegas, 3 nights in San Diego. We have 30 U.S. destinations, 125 destinations around the world, from 7 night stays in Phuket, Thailand, in Bali, or 5 night stays in places like Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, Cancun, Cabo San Lucas, or a bunch of stays all over the U.S. You create that excitement and energy around getting a quick start program going. Believe me, that's one of the ways to scale a business fast. I've had people use our incentives to grow their social media following. I had a guy, many hundreds of my clients have used them to create excitement in their Facebook group and viral contests where they run a giveaway once a week in the Facebook group and say, hey, for all the new people joining the group, they'll be like, hey, share this with your friends and relatives to join the group. And for everybody who joins the group, you get another chance to win. This week, we're giving away 3 nights in Atlanta. Next week it's 3 nights in Myrtle Beach. The next week it's 3 nights in Daytona Beach. The next week, 3 nights in Orlando. And they're doing this contest every week. And people are like, and then they make a big deal out of the winner, interview them live on Facebook, creating this excitement in the group. And they grow one guy grew his group from to 0 to 10,000 members in less than 90 days. And then, of course, what do you do with a Facebook group? Well, if you're in business, you're going to be the expert, the authority. You're going to be providing quality content and maybe running, inviting people to get on your podcast or inviting people to be on your webinar where you're, making your sales presentations eventually and converting people from prospects and building that loyal, they trust, like and trust you and eventually become a client. And that's just, man, with a little bit of creativity, you can use these incentives in hundreds of ways, even to solve customer service problems.
No, to me, it looks like it's beneficial to everyone. Everyone gains something from it.
Oh, it's fun and it's powerful, and like I was talking about, solving customer service problems, and managing online reputation. I've had many clients do this, including our well, this is how easy this is. Let's say you want somebody in your team dropped the ball and you shipped the wrong product or you didn't deliver your service on time and your client is upset. They want their money back. They want to write a negative review. Who knows where they're at. Well, you might say, look, you get on the phone with them. Is look, we appreciate all your feedback. We want to immediately fix this. We want to ask you to allow us the opportunity to hit the reset button. We're going to fix the problem for you. We're going to ship you the new whatever, whatever, whatever. We're going to fix the problem. But on top of that, just for the aggravation you've been through, we'd like to give you a 3 night stay in your choice of, Branson, San Diego, Las Vegas, and get on us, complimentary hotel stay on us. It doesn't include airfare, food and beverage, or government taxes, but we'd like to give you that complimentary hotel stay and of course fix the problem. And if you would do that, would you take, if we once we fix the problem and we give you this hotel stay on us, would you be willing to take down that negative review you wrote? you know and you'll find that people would actually be willing to take down the negative review just because you're going out of your way to make it right and throw in a complimentary hotel stay, for example, as an incentive, as part of the the plan to make it right. So you can literally have negative reviews taken down by doing making this sort of offer. And or you're simply asking again, doing the survey process I mentioned earlier, and that way you can make sure you're always bringing in new, fresh. If you don't solicit testimonials, you won't get them, and you're only going to get the negative ones. Because think about it, human nature is we're not nobody. I mean, you when you buy a product or service, you expect to be happy. That's what you expect to be. So when you are, you don't go out of your way to tell everybody about it. It's just normal. I expected to be happy at that restaurant. I expected to be happy when I bought this product or service. It's only when you're not happy that you feel like you need to tell the world about it. These guys suck. I want to make sure I tell everybody, and you're willing to go post negative reviews on multiple websites. Well, the the process of doing a survey, what I find powerful about it is you're going to find that you're giving people an outlet to vent. If they're not happy, let them vent back to you immediately so you can be aware of it, jump on it, and fix those negative problems. And those that are happy, those are the ones you're going to ask, please help me share the word about our business. We could use some more reviews. Would you and make it easy for them. Send them the links where you want them to post. Would you be willing to please, if you'll be willing to post a written review for us on Google, on Facebook, on Trustpilot, on SiteJabber, and send them the links. If you'll post on at least 3 of these, third-party review sites, we'd like to reward you with a $500 hotel savings card just for doing that, if you would. And you're going to get people writing reviews for you, positive ones, and just filling this, the internet with positive reviews, which is going to do what? SEO. Google's going to have to start forcing your brand in that area against your competitors up, because not only you're also getting all this content coming from clients giving you reviews on a constant basis. So you got to ask for reviews, and maybe throw in a reward.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, it doesn't hurt to ask. Like, what? Just give the like, hey, listen, if you do this review, definitely, I got here's an incentive for you. Here's something for you. So it's
Right.
again, it's different ways for you, especially now with the way technology is. This the way to use social media and everything. There's ways to really use this to your advantage as a business owner, as a small business owner, and help you grow and build your brand, because people love going on trips, and they love getting free trips and getting free stuff. So as a small business owner, it would really be beneficial for you to be able to do these things.
We all love an adult Happy Meal, so
Yeah.
so what's the prize? What's the, and that way I'm not, it helped me take my mind off of the price and focus on the prize. And so those are, and by the way, if you don't mind me throwing out there, I mean, it's simple. Can I go ahead and give them a call to action wise on where to go and how much marketing
Oh
boost
yes,
each time?
you're about to plug away. We always give my guests a chance to plug away and let them know. But now it is that time though. You're absolutely right. It's that time for you to plug away and let people know where exactly they can find find you
Yeah,
at.
it's pretty easy. We've got a special offer for your listeners, marketingboost.com/podcast. And you can get 30 days of Marketing Boost for only $1. $1. So marketingboost.com/podcast. And you can get Marketing Boost for only $1. Or you can just go to marketingboost.com. It's only $37 a month. And we do have a 7-day free trial. So marketingboost.com, $37 a month gives you the ability to give away an unlimited amount of these incentives, from hotel savings vouchers, restaurant savings vouchers, and these complimentary hotel stays in 125 destinations around the world. And again, guys, and also, we join our Facebook group. We have over 28,000 entrepreneurs in our Facebook group that are where we spend time teaching our members, how to plug these incentives into whatever your call to action is, how to disposition the offer with the incentive that makes sense to your consumer, and how to just, how to how to put in the disclosures that I mentioned earlier, like, airfare not included, food and beverage not included, neither, and taxes and stuff. And it's really not that big a deal. It's a matter of, I kind of call it like two main calls to action here. Either it's buy and you get buy product A and you get a bonus, a complimentary hotel stay. Sorry, I'm in Miami Beach right now and I got a music truck apparently driving down the middle of the street.
It's all
But
right.
anyway, I
It
hope you can't.
happens. It
Hopefully, you
happens.
can't hear it too much coming through the microphone.
Not
But
really.
so you got what was I going to say? You buy and you get. For example, you buy product A from me, and I'm going to give you a bonus trip to go with it, or what have you. Or inquire and you get. Let me talk another quick idea here before we run out of time. Uh, in Most of us right now, we either you personally or your sales team need appointments, and you need, and then you got to give people a reason to book that appointment with you, and more importantly, you might want to throw in an incentive to get them to show up on time. We all are using Zoom and we're having our calendars filling up with appointments, but then half of them don't show up. For I've got many clients that the problem they have is, appointments don't show up. And so one of the ways to solve that is to use for example, what I call a micro incentive, for a micro call to action. So you might say, hey, book an appointment, no obligation Zoom call. Let's chat 15 minutes and see if we're a good fit to, maybe we could, maybe my solution is a good thing for you. Let's see if we're a good fit to work with each other. And by the way, just for showing up, we think your time is super valuable and we think our time is valuable as well. If you'll show up on time for the appointment, I'd like to reward you with a $100 hotel savings card that's good at over 1 million hotels worldwide, save you compared to buying on retail for your next hotel booking, just for showing up on time for the appointment. So then all of your emails and text messages reminding people to show up on time for the appointment can include a reminder. Show up on time. I'd love to give you a $100 hotel savings card for, you're giving them another reason to make sure they show up on time for your meeting. So if you could double the, or reduce the amount of no shows for your own sales present, sales calls or your staff's sales calls, would that not add an amazing amount to your bottom line if increased your show rate by 25, 30%?
Definitely.
It
Oh yeah,
it's
definitely.
a powerful tool to use as something as simple as that with your appointments. Can you get people to show up for appointments? Or let's say you're doing, in-home sales and you're trying to get your sales reps inside someone's home to make solar, home improvement sales presentations, into solar install panels installed on the roof. You got to meet with mom and dad at home and make the whole presentation. Well, you want to reward them possibly to make sure both husband and wife are attending the the sales call. Because if a guy shows up to sell them on new solar system for the home, but only husband's home and wife's not, there's not going to be a sale there without the wife home. So
Yep.
we call that a one legger in my industry. So you want to get both of them there. You might want to reward them to both husband and wife to be home so that you can improve your appointment shows and so on. And man, I love talking about this. I'm sorry to
So
just keep on rattling and
it's, it's
hogging the
no, but
microphone.
so I got some. You said for $37 a month they can do unlimited. They have access to unlimited packages. Like they can offer their clients and their listeners and stuff.
Yes, sir. 37 a month gives you the ability to give away an unlimited amount of these, and which is very powerful and a no-brainer. I mean, it's super affordable. Even if whether you make full-blown campaigns out of this for lead generation, loyalty programs, or you just sprinkle them in, we're so affordable that you can use these incentives, even if it's just occasionally sprinkled into their mix of marketing to create excitement, to revive an old dead email database, to run a contest every now and then, so because we're so affordable, you can use these just occasionally even, and be worth your while.
But why?
Or like I said, make huge campaigns out of it and
Yeah,
turn
why?
them
Yeah,
into.
why would you want to use it occasionally? Like you said, you have unlimited access. This is something you would use. Me personally thinking that this would be a tool that I would use frequently. This is something I would
Ex-
use frequently because that's how you get people to come back to see that. Hey, listen, if I work
I,
with this dude,
I
I got a
I
chance
don't
to.
disagree. I don't disagree with you. A lot of people use them very, very frequently, and even from insure, we got people. Some people listening might be asking, well, if I was in the travel business, that would make sense, because they have a hard time wrapping their head around how a business. Everyone says my business is different. I can't see how anybody would who with my product or service, how I would use a travel incentive to mix in. Well, we have found that we've got business owners in every niche, from lemonade stands up in the New York area, to car dealerships in Chicago, to real estate agents, insurance agents, any kind of direct salespeople, multi-level marketers. Um, shoot, I can't even, business coaches.
Oh
The
no,
it's
listen. You can listen. You can rattle off as many as you want. It's anyone who has a client list can benefit from this. Can use this as an incentive. So I see the benefit of it. I see what it can do to help small businesses grow their, especially again, $37 a month to access to unlimited packages like this.
Yeah, and even though even though you can give them away like candy, we recommend that you not. We
Oh
do
no, I'm not
keep.
saying to give it away like
Right.
candy.
You
It,
want to
it,
you
it's an incentive for the people who to come.
do
It's
something.
yeah.
We
You don't
we teach
listen.
we teach our members, you want to
You,
you want to create scarcity and urgency.
no,
So you
definitely.
you you want to create excitement around something. So yeah, you could do it a lot, but still
Oh no,
make
but it
them
has to have some
make
benefits for it. It
benefit.
has to
Make
have some
them make
benefit.
people
Yeah.
feel that the more they did to earn it, the more they're going to use it
Yeah,
and enjoy it.
I'm not telling you. I'm not saying not to just, but I mean to be able to use it to the fact where it benefits you, where it's a benefit, not just giving away stuff. No,
Yeah.
You have to use it as a way to help it grow your business, and it benefits you
They
in the
did
long run.
something. They did something for you. They showed up for the appointment. They gave you 5 referrals. They
Any,
uh, they,
yeah.
they posted a review. They bought product B to go with product A. They signed up. They stuck with you for 6 months versus three. They whatever you can do to make that become from if your client, let's say you have an online retail store, and your average transaction online is maybe $100 and you wish it was 500. Well, maybe you put together a point system, and you say, look, when you call, every dollar is a point. So when you get 500 points, or when you spend $500 or more on this website, you're going to earn 6 days and 5 nights a bonus trip to Cancun or Mexico, Cancun or Cabo, for example.
Yeah.
And now you've got a reason to for people to give you their name, phone number, and email after they bought your purchase anyway. And then you're going to be followed. Now you've got a reason to do constant follow up. Hey, you're $350 away from a 5 night trip in Cancun. Hey, you're $200 away. You're $100 away. It's like you're reminding them and trying to build that loyalty to get that client back on your website, buying additional products and services, so they can end up earning the bonus trip that you put at a $500 mark, for example. When your average transaction used to be 100, maybe you're going to get some of them to get to that 200, 300, $500 mark. And again, it's all about testing too. A/B testing. I have a photographer guy. Is it okay to go? I forgot, how long is your show, Wise? I don't want to.
Listen, we got time. You got time.
All right. I had a photographer, a wedding photographer I was recently chatting with, and he uses the hotel savings cards as an incentive to book an appointment with his sales team. He'll give you $100, and he tested all of them. We have one, two, three, and $500 increments. And the reason we have those different increments is exactly what he is why, and this client of mine proved to me what we did was the right thing. He said he tested different value amounts, saying, hey, we'll give you $100 if $100 hotel savings card if you book an appointment with our client. We'll give you 200, we'll give you 300, we'll give you 500. And he found that you would think that by offering the $500 hotel savings card, he would have gotten even more clients to book those appointments. But he found that the $100 one is what actually worked stronger than the $500 hotel savings card, because it was more believable that I'm going to get a $100 hotel savings card just for booking this no obligation uh, appointment to talk about your guys being the photographers, the videographers, the editors, the whole my entire wedding. And so and then once he got him on the phone or on the Zoom call with his sales guys, then they would drop in by the way, if you do hire us for the whole kit and caboodle, where we do your photos, your videos, your this, your that, your whatever, I forget what he includes in his package. If you get our whole kit and caboodle deal, we include the honeymoon, and you get 5 nights in your choice of Cancun, Cabo, or Hawaii. And he is just blown it up with our incentive program, and he's getting more revenue per client than he ever got before. So, and it's with A/B testing. He found again an example of how the smaller hotel savings card incentive worked even stronger than a higher one for the first step in the process, because then as he added more value, he could add another higher perceived value incentive on top of it in the value ladder of your sales process.
All right. So Marco, again, one more time, where's the website they can find you at? And
Yeah, marketingboost.com, guys. That's where you can find me. My name is Marco Torres, but you can just go to marketingboost.com. And on that site, we've got a link to join our Facebook group, 28,000 members there. And we've got the opportunity to join a 7-day free trial, or go to marketingboost.com/podcast and get 30 days for only $1.
all right. Thank you
And
once
that's
again,
not all.
Marcus.
I'm just kidding.
Yes.
But I do say, hey, if you check it out, I'd recommend you get the first thing you do is give yourself a trip to Cancun. I promote that a lot. We've got some amazing resorts right now. The family of the Fives Hotel.
So that's what I wanted to ask. Can the person who does the person who has the membership, can they Can they use those vouchers? Can they
They
like?
can they can absolutely use one of the complimentary hotel stays to test the program. We always recommend that. You can use an unlimited amount of the hotel savings vouchers and the unlimited amount of the restaurant savings vouchers for yourself. The complimentary hotel stays do have a limitation for to be used at maximum of once a year, so they're even for your client, so they can't be used because the hotel partners that we work with, none of them want to be a part of a free trip travel club, but they are willing to play by getting, seeing, making sure they're not seeing the same client at the same destination or the same, over and
That
over.
makes point. It makes sense. It makes sense. It absolutely does make sense.
Yeah.
But thank you, Marco. Greatly appreciate it. Don't leave just yet. I'm about to do shout outs and we'll chat a little bit more.
All right. Thanks for having me on the show. I appreciate it.
Thank you for stopping by. All right, now it is time for shout outs. Big shout out to the Real Wise fam, Bobby J, Brandy J. Love you guys. Big shout out to the boss lady, Fina. Appreciate you, baby. Big shout out to Marco Torres for coming through and sharing his listen, he has a great opportunity for small business owners out there. So definitely check it out. I recommend it for anyone who's interested in offering incentives to their clients. And a big shout out to all the essential workers out there. God bless y'all. Be safe. And you know how your boy Wise does it. Peace out.
Thanks for listening. Listen on iTunes, Podbean, Spotify, and TuneIn. Find us on social media on Twitter at @wise_b_blunt, Instagram at @wise_b_blunt, and a Facebook fan page, www.facebook.com/wise76. Check back soon for new episodes. Until next time, peace out.